Hello. Should be live. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Happy Sunday. Monday morning for some of you, I'm sure. A bunch of people in the chat already. How's it going, guys? Nuva, somebody. MB777, Exotic. Floatdoke 5. That's a new name. Norway. Very cool. Karma, Bagel, History Nerd, Zambia Ball, Pooley, Harpreet, Yakko Warner. Oh man, I loved the Animaniacs when I was a kid. Yakko's song of, what was it? Like where he sings the world? All the countries in the world. It's outdated now, obviously, because it was made like 20 or 30 years ago. But I love that. Dat Guy, Sphinxin, El Reno de Nuevo Mexico, Godzilla, Mr. Pancake, USSR, F. Smith, Radioactive Potato, Smokey, Alvaro Teixeira, Yakko's World, that's it, yeah. Mr. MR, Manny, how's it going? Prussian Media, Dubstep, the entirety of the United Kingdom. It's a lot of people. You guys have an election in 4 days. To our British viewers, make sure you go vote. Get rid of the Tories, they're garbage. Don't vote for reform either. The United Kingdom has an election, a general election, on July 4th. So that's a big thing. Maybe I'll do a, well actually 4th of July is also, I mean, it's an American holiday, right? It's Independence Day in the United States, but I don't have any plans, so maybe I'll do something for the election. Like, I'm an election nerd, so I'll want to watch the UK results come in. But I mean, we all know at this point that Labour is going to sweep into power. 14 years of conservative government in the UK. They have absolutely, completely ruined the country. Go figure. That party deserves to just completely implode. All right, so today, what should we do? I wasn't really planning on streaming until later, so there's a thunderstorm rolling through right now, so I was actually at the coffee shop, I was reading, and I came back because normally I would go for a walk afterwards, but it's raining, so I can't. So I can stream a little bit earlier today. But for those of you who may be interested, I just finished reading this book, Project Hail Mary, by Andy Weir. If you've heard that author's name before, it's because he wrote The Martian. There was a movie made about it a couple of years ago called The Martian with Matt Damon. And he wrote this book, Project Hail Mary, a couple of years ago, 2021, I think. It's a really easy read. It's science fiction. It's really good. It's a feel-good story. I absolutely loved it. So I just finished it like less than an hour ago. I can't recommend it highly enough. So if any of you are interested in science fiction, easy science fiction, I recommend it. But yeah, we can do some drawing, we can do some games, we can do some art reviews. Why don't we do some art reviews? Because you guys always want to show off your art, so I think that'll be fun. Let's take a look at some of that stuff right now. So tomorrow is Canada Day. Aaron is hard at work in the basement drawing stuff for Canada Day. We have a short, what's the word? Storyboard that I came up with. Not a storyboard, a plot, I guess, that I came up with earlier today, and Aaron is hard at work on it. So we'll have a short about Canada for tomorrow, Canada Day. Canada Day, and I'm sure there are Canadians in the chat. You can correct me if I am mistaken, but Canada Day celebrates the incorporation of various British territories in 1867 into what we now call Canada. So I think it was New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, and the Canadian territories, or whatever they were called at the time. So 1867 was, I think, basically what people sort of consider Canada to have become Canada. Manny to the max, $2 donation, hashtag free Aaron. Thank you for the donation. We will not be freeing Aaron. Aaron has not earned his freedom. Not until we have 1 billion subs. Okay, so let's show off some people's art. Thank you for the donation. Really appreciate it. We've got some stuff that we can show off. Canada Day. Someone made some Canada Day art. Marble Sphere made Canada Day art. Let's take a look at it. Canada Day. Canada on a moose. I'm going to be saying Canada a lot. It already sounds weird because I'm saying it so much. This is cool. This is well drawn. I like the very light shadow as well. This is a good moose. Moose are scary as hell. They're huge. Godzilla fan. If you're Canadian, then I just want to say you're an amazing person from a beautiful country. Love from the UK. Canada's a great country. Marble Sphere, you trace through it first time? Yeah, it's totally fine. This is great. I like it. What happened, Aaron? We keep Aaron locked in the basement, and he just makes art for the channel. 95% of the art that you see in our videos, our shorts, our videos, are made by Aaron. He's very good at pumping out art very quickly. I and Dick Rhino and Gate Nerd are much slower at drawing. So that's Aaron's strength, is that he can pump out art very quickly. You learn that moose lose their antlers. They do. They shed them. So this is good, Marble Sphere. Very cool. Fitting. So happy early Canada Day for the Canadians. What is this? Okay, this is a meta comic. Malik made this. Okay, so I think this is a meta comic about the stream yesterday. We had an art contest yesterday. Float Doke 5, we have a Discord? We do. Let me link it real quick. Because every stream there's a couple new faces. And Nightbot does drop a link to the Discord every now and then, but I put a link in chat for those of you who might want to join. Okay, so let's take a look. So we had an art contest yesterday, and I think this is supposed to represent me. All right, for the first round, we have Sinister and Marble, and these are their entries. I think I'm going to go with Sinister. Marble Sphere, getting mad. What? But Sinister has anti-aliasing. I can't notice it because it's been compressed. Hashtag rights. Fine, I guess I can talk it out with the others. Yay, people are definitely going to side with me. So people just said that it's just a skill issue. What? Yeah, so I mean, the problem was Sinister's was very, very compressed. So it was hard to tell whether or not there was anti-aliasing. But here's the thing. Most of you guys, when you enter into these contests, you break a lot of Polandball rules. So it's hard, like, if I was going to be super strict about this, I would have to disqualify like 90% of the entries because you use advanced tools. You have anti-aliasing, there's gradients, stuff like that. So it sort of just came down to me deciding which one I preferred better, and which was less egregious about rule breaks. So I get that, like, if you're new to Polandball, that following the rules can be kind of difficult, but it's important that you try at the very least. You'll get better over time. What are the rules? The rules are on the Polandball subreddit. We went over them yesterday on stream. They're kind of extensive, but basically, don't use brush tool. Don't use advanced tools. Like, use the paint bucket and use the pencil tool and draw everything. Don't copy and paste. That's about it. Those are the bare minimum. Like, if you can do that, if you follow those 3 rules, most of your comics and art will turn out fine. So use the pencil tool, use the paint bucket, and don't copy and paste. Malik, you also have something else. What is this? It's a work in progress. It's a historical thing. Okay, so there's historical countries and stuff like that. There's some... Yeah, it looks like it's historical countries. This is really good. Keep at it. I can't wait to see the full thing. Karma, it took you a bit to learn all of them, but now you don't really have to think about them. Yeah. United Kingdom, can you colonize any of us? It's 2024. The United Kingdom can't colonize anything anymore. The UK is a has-been. Changed my mind. We need some African countries too? Yes, we do. We need to make some more content about African countries. The problem is, like, most of us on the team don't really know a lot about African countries, African politics, African history. But we do need to do that. Everybody has a bias toward producing art that they know, about things that they know. So, I tend to be biased toward North American and European history. So I don't know as much about, the Gambia as I do about France, right? There should be a comic about Belgium with Democratic Republic of Congo. Yeah, those have been done quite a bit, but we could do stuff. There's definitely stuff we could do. But yeah, like, if you guys have things that you want to share about your countries, your cultures, your languages, your history, I love to learn about that kind of stuff. So please feel free to share. It's a big world, and I haven't seen a lot of it, Abe Lincoln, can I review some of these things? Yeah, let's take a look at these. Okay. Hold on, I have to make sure this is okay. Just as a reminder, if you guys want me to share, like, your art on stream, it has to be, like, you can't break YouTube rules, like, be smart about it. Don't put, like, Nazi crap, bigoted stuff in your artwork. I'm not saying anyone has done it right now, it's just I need to be preemptive about this, right? Don't put bigoted stuff in your artwork if you want me to show it on stream. Okay. Let's see. Draw a country ball. This was Abe Lincoln's. Favorite, US. Want to visit Italy, and we've got the Vatican up there too. Live in the Bahamas. Design you like, Texas. Rarely draw, Hawaii. Historical. Early America with the Betsy Ross flag. Never drawn, Trinidad and Tobago. From your continent, Mexico. And your choice, Philippines. So, colors here are wrong. Make sure the flag colors are correct, and then see here. There's oh no, that's shading. Okay, that's fine. Make sure the flag colors are right. Use the eyedropper tool in whatever program you're using to get the right colors from the flag. And then for Mexico, one of the rules that we went over the rules yesterday. One of the things that's important is you don't have to put, like, a lot of detail into a coat of arms on a flag because they're annoying to draw. We get it. But you have to at least attempt to draw it. Don't just copy and paste it. Like, I know it's annoying to draw coats of arms. I don't really like doing that. But, like, this was very obviously copy and pasted. So just try to avoid doing that. I promise you, it will look better if you hand draw it. I absolutely promise you. You don't have to put a lot of effort in, right? Here, I can very quickly show you very quickly an acceptable level of detail for a coat of arms for Mexico. Talons. Remember, we're drawing cartoons, so when you copy and paste things that aren't cartoony, it looks out of place. Even something like as simple as this is fine. That would be a fine coat of arms. See, that took me, 15 seconds to draw? Remember, half of the fun in art is the process. It's not the product. Yeah, when you copy and paste things that aren't cartoony, it ruins the charm of cartoons. But this was cool anyway. I like it. Just don't copy and paste. What else have we got? Chatrike, the Americas. What is this? Okay, Greenland. Let's see. The Universe of Chatright, the Americas, circa 1914, by Abe Lincoln, with help from Seven Accounts Band official, Radioactive Potato, Jacob the Michigan Man. Original map by Seven Accounts Band. Note, this map is entirely fictional. 2. It is unknown how the Roldoist Ecuadorians conquered the majority of the Americas, nor why Abraham Lincoln is the leader of the United States and also considered a vampire hunter. The United States claims to be the legitimate successor... Oh, the Union States claim to be the legitimate successor of the United States of America, but no other country recognizes this claim. The Roldoists have a German puppet state. The existence of Greenland is questioned by many historians due to our lack of data from this region. That's clever. This map may have mistakes. If you see any, you have my permission to edit it, or you can DM me so that I can fix it. So this is Abe Lincoln. So we have this Roldoist Ecuador, which is basically the entirety of Latin America, the Caribbean, and Florida, and like half of Canada, Quebec, and what? None of it? Exotica gets Alaska and a big portion of Canada. Confederation of the Pacific. The West shall never fall. Sacramento. Sacramento is a dump. I don't know if you guys have ever been there. Sacramento sucks. It's hot. It's inland. I mean, I've been to Sacramento many times. I don't like it. The Union States. Capital is Jackson. Interesting. Michigan. The Michiganite Empire. Capital Lansing. Could you imagine an empire centered around Michigan that includes cities like Toronto, New York, Chicago, Philadelphia, Washington, D.C., and the capital is Lansing, Michigan? That doesn't make any sense, but it's a fictional map, so this was cool. I like looking at fictional maps. What else have we got? Earth SOSC. Can we review this comic? Quebec and Quebec. Make sure it's okay to show on stream. Okay, let me pull this up. I didn't really read it, but I didn't see anything problematic. All right, Earth SOSC drew this comic. Let's take a look. We have Quebec and France. Whoops. Bonjour, moi is very good. Je went to best français restaurant in town. Bonjour, Quebec. How is vous? Okay, so when you're writing comics, make it very clear who's speaking first. So we read left to right, in English. So make sure it's obvious who's speaking first. So like, it was not obvious to me that France is supposed to be speaking first. So either move this farther up, this text farther up, or swap their positions, right? All right. Bonjour, Quebec. How is vous? Bonjour. Moi is very good. Je went to best français restaurant in town. Hey, Quebec, you need to get... Quebec. Wait, Canada, no. Now he's in Q. Consume basic human needs, but a mouse watches you. $100 wait time. That's a funny dig at Disney. I like that. Quebec. Hey, Quebec. Didn't know you went to Disney World. Anyway, have you noticed Canada showering in syrup? What happenings? Didn't know you could turn into Israel. That's cool. Anyways. I'm not sure I really follow. I think this could use a little bit of work. Like the idea of Quebec and Cube-bec is funny, but I think you need to workshop it a little bit more. I'm not sure I really follow what's going on here. But keep at it. Some more stuff to look at. Oh, Official Muffet made something on paper. You're going to have to tell me what this says, because I don't read Arabic or Hebrew. But Official Muffet drew this. We have Israel and Palestine. Israel drawn as a hypercube. What is this? What does this say? Hey, this is well drawn. I'm not a good artist in like pen and paper. I don't know if Official Muffet is still in chat. Can anyone read Hebrew or Arabic? Oh, it says Israel in Hebrew and Palestine in Arabic. Okay. That's cool. Yeah, I mean, this is well done. Jacob, we have your Michigan cube. I did pull this up on stream the other day. Let's take a look. Cube, Michigan cube. Looks like it was, you've got line tool, but I mean, it's a cube, you know, your art's getting better. This seal, the coat of arms, whatever, this is well done. Very well done. Just make sure you're not using line tool. This really looks like it was line tool, and then you drew over the line tool to make it look like you weren't using line tool. A lot of people try that to get over the rules, but like we can tell, you know, because it goes from a certain thickness, and then all of a sudden, like the pixels get larger here. You know, like the width of the outline gets larger here, so it looks like you just drew over it. But the coat of arms is good. So keep at it. Work in progress. Yeah, that's totally fine. Are non-comical comics acceptable in the community/subreddit? Asking for someone who sucks at comedy. Yeah. So, I mean, on Saturdays, we do art contests, and they're not really comics, right? Like, some people will turn them into comics or infuse elements of humor, comedy into them, but they don't have to be, you know? Like, there's a whole Polandball art subreddit, and that's not really about making comics. It's about making Polandball inspired art. So they're just usually one panel of some kind of piece of art. USSR is working on this. Let's take a look at this. Bunch of chatters. This is cool. I want a hot dog now. This is really good. I like the eyes. Very good job with the eyes. The jetpack is cool too. These people are going to get roasted by that exhaust. Did you guys see the video of that rocket launch in China today? Absolutely wild. It was an engine test for a rocket in China, and it accidentally launched instead of just the test. So it flew up like, you know, a couple hundred feet, a couple thousand feet, and then, you know, it was an engine test, so the engine shuts off at a certain point and just fell back to Earth. Huge explosion near like a pretty densely populated part of the country. So yeah, go look it up on, it should be like all over the news. This is a big thing. It was wild. What else have we got? Nuva, you made Venice and Poland. This is super cool. Nuva made this. So what is this? Is the Venetian Republic, right? Yeah, the Republic of Venice. The most serene Republic of Venice has a very strange flag where they effectively look like tentacles, so we draw it as an octopus of some sort. This is cool. See, this is how you capture the charm of Polandball really well. It's just, this is perfectly rule compliant, right? Everything is hand drawn, there's no copy and paste, and it's just a cartoon. It's a good cartoon. I like it. Good job. Malik, 7-dimensional Israel. 7-dimensional Israel. What? 7-dimensional Israel. Is this your entry for the Surrealist contest? You have a bunch of cubes. This is weird. Frog Lord, you've got some stuff. Let's take a look. Chill stream when I can show your guys' art instead of having to draw all the time. I'm creatively tapped right now, or at least in terms of drawing. That last thing, Frog Lord, that you posted, that collab, is not a PNG. Upload it as a PNG, please, and I can show it. But you have 4th of July is on Thursday, so that's American Independence Day. Happy 4th of July in the stars, USA. This is cool. Why is the US a rectangle? HAW Federation, can you say the same question? What question? Oh, that's me? Why is it a rectangle? I mean, this is cool. I like it. I just don't understand why US is drawn as a rectangle. Fun fact, Algeria's Independence Day is on the 5th of July. Oh, I did not know that. That's interesting. And then, Froglord, you also drew this. Why are you in worry? Poskland. Could you explain this? I don't understand what this is. Oh, it was a window? You think it's the astronaut suit visor? But it's like outside of the suit. So I don't quite understand, but it's cool regardless. This is just a surrealist piece? Okay. This looks like a coffee table or something with a light on it. And two oddly shaped Germanys. It's nice. And then here's a collab that some people are working on. It's you gotta upload it as a PNG. You keep uploading it as a WEP file, a WebP file, and I can't download that. Schizophrenic Dan. Draw country ball. Let's take a look. A favorite, Italy, want to visit, Denmark, live in, Canada, design you like, Germany, rarely draw, China, historical, rectangle, never drawn, Netherlands, from your continent, Panama, your choice, Indonesia. So, rectangle is not a historical country. If you're going to draw pre-World War I Germany, you want to draw it as a ball. Rectangle represents a hypothetical Fourth Reich. It doesn't represent the German Empire. For those of you who are not familiar, rectangle is a very specific character. Is surrealism going to be the theme of the next art contest? Yes. So, let's use this as an opportunity to plug the Saturday contest. Maybe we'll take a break from contest 2. I don't know that we should do them every week. But this Saturday we are going to do an art contest. Let me see if I can find... Here it is. So on Saturday, July 6th, we are doing another art contest on stream. The rules are to make a surrealist Polandball art piece. No bigoted symbols or art. This is a standard rule. No Nazi crap. I don't want to see swastikas in anything. 1 entry per person. Collaborations count as each person's entry. Polandball rules. Normal Polandball rules apply. So, don't use advanced tools. Don't use gradients. Don't do copy and paste. How do you enter? Submit your entry in the contest entries channel in Discord by 10 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time on Friday, July 5th. So that gives me like a good 12 hours to collect all of the entries, and then we can go through them. And I think to speed it up, we're going to do... we'll probably do groups of 4 in the first round. just because I think sometimes it takes a little bit of time to get through it. So, yeah, the theme is surrealism. So make some kind of surrealist art piece. If you finished that book you recommended earlier, have you started reading a new one? If so, what is it? The next book I'm going to read is Children of Time by Adrian Tchaikovsky. Yeah, Adrian Tchaikovsky. It's a 2015 science fiction novel. So yeah, I just finished Project Hail Mary like an hour and a half ago. And the next book I'm going to read is Children of Time, which is supposed to be very good. But that's like a more hard sci-fi, I think. Well, not... They're both hard sci-fi, but I think Children of Time is like a slower, more... it's supposed to be less of a fun read. What is surrealism? Why don't we go to the Wikipedia entry for surrealism? Surrealism is an art and cultural movement that developed in Europe in the aftermath of World War I, in which artists aimed to allow the unconscious mind to express itself, often resulting in the depiction of illogical or dreamlike scenes and ideas. Its intention was, according to leader André Breton, to resolve the previously contradictory conditions of dream and reality into an absolute reality, a super reality, or surreality. It produced works of painting, writing, theater, filmmaking, photography, and other media as well. Works of surrealism feature the element of surprise, unexpected juxtapositions, and non sequitur. However, many surrealist artists and writers regard their work as an expression of the philosophical movement first and foremost. For instance, of the pure psychic automatism Breton speaks of in his first Surrealist Manifesto, with the works themselves being secondary, i.e. artifacts of surrealist experimentation. Leader Breton was explicit in his assertion that surrealism was, above all, a revolutionary movement. At the time, the movement was associated with political causes such as communism and anarchism. It was influenced by the Dada movement of the 1910s. The term surrealism originated with Guillaume Apollinaire in 1917. However, the surrealist movement was not officially established until after October 1924, when the Surrealist Manifesto, published by French poet and critic André Breton, succeeded in claiming the term for his group over a rival faction led by Yvan Goll, who had published his own Surrealist Manifesto 2 weeks prior. The most important center of the movement was Paris, France. From the 1920s onward, the movement spread across the globe, impacting the visual arts, literature, film, and music of many countries and languages, as well as political thought and practice, philosophy, and social theory. So, surrealism is... The way I could best sort of simplify it is like dreamlike sort of situations, depictions, if that makes sense. So, Salvador Dali is a very famous surrealist, probably one of the most well-known surrealists, and I'm sure you guys have all seen these his paintings before. The melted clocks. Where is it? What one was that? The Persistence of Memory. This is it. Very, very famous painting. This is a surrealist depiction because it's just very weird, strange. It's the kind of thing that you would have a dream about, right? Would be putting Poland into space be surrealist? I'm going to say you can't do that for the contest. But yeah, if you can't think of something, just do some kind of dream-like scenario where like normal sort of physical laws of the universe don't really make sense. So that's the contest theme for Saturday. And again, the deadline is Friday night. Friday at 10 o'clock in the evening, U.S. Eastern Time. Is Picasso surrealism? Picasso is mostly known for Cubism, which I believe is an offshoot of surrealism. So technically, I think he is. He's best known for Cubism. I think they're related. All right, let's take a look at some more art. Dan. What is this? I don't know what this is, but let's take a look at this. Dan made this. US and Sealand. Kid, you alright? Sniffle, can I pass? Is it like a key? Walking past the US? And the UK is here. I don't know what's going on in here. I don't know what... I have no idea what this is about. I recognize the characters and that's it. I don't know if Dan's in here, but I have no idea what this means. It's an Undertale reference. I think that's a game, right? I've never played Undertale. Does this make sense to those of you who have played Undertale? It's a game, right? I'm not making that up. Undertale. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, if you guys understand it, then good. Yeah, a bunch of you say it makes sense. Okay. Dubstep, please review. What is this? Oh, is this your surrealist entry? Germany with a volcano in the background, and then it's flipped on the right side. That's pretty good. I like that, especially because the lava is flowing instead of the smoke. This is cool. I really like this. How to submit art in the Discord. Here, I'll put a link to our Discord again. (614C736) LOL. Hello. Welcome to the stream. How long to get verified? I think it's pretty quick, but yeah, there's a verification thing. But we have community moderators who handle all that. I don't really do any of the Discord moderation because there's too much stuff going on. I like doing the streams, I like editing the videos, and I like drawing. That's most of what I do for the channel. What else have we got? Nelson, what do I think of your profile picture? Let's take a look at this. Nelson's profile picture. So we've got Germany. He's got a saber. I don't know what those are in his eyes. And then like a skull and bones patch on his hat. I think this is good, but what I would do is I would hand draw the things that you copied and pasted, including the background. The background, draw something yourself, and then I think the eyes, these objects, whatever they are, you can draw it yourself, and then same with the skull and bones. But otherwise, it's pretty cool. Is there a Gmail to send your input for the art contest? I asked Dick Rhino if we can use the official the channel's official Gmail account. He'll get back to me. I'll bug him if he doesn't. Nelson, it's stuff from a video game that you play all the time, probably hours daily. What video game is it? Yeah, I would draw, like the things that you didn't draw by hand, I would draw by hand. That's about it. Oh, Star Citizen? Okay, I played Star Citizen. Star Citizen feels like more like a Ponzi scheme than a game. Wow, I think I'm actually caught up on... Everybody ping me in Discord. Yeah, Star Citizen is crazy. It's doesn't feel like a... I don't know. I'm not into it, but I do have it. I have played it. What's a Ponzi scheme? Here, I'll give you the Google definition. A Ponzi scheme is an investment scam that pays early investors with money taken from later investments to create an illusion of big profits. A Ponzi scheme promises a high rate of return with little risk to the investor. It relies on word of mouth as new investors hear about the big returns earned by early investors. It's basically a pyramid scheme. It's basically like you make money by recruiting more people into the scheme, and that's what Star Citizen feels like. Okay, let's play a couple games. CH, how's it going? Let's do global. I love this game. I'm gonna guess it's in the Americas. Let's try Bolivia. It is not. Oh no, it probably is in the Americas. It's 3,600 miles away. So it has to be in North America. All right, let's guess USA. No, 3,200 miles from both of them. What's 32? Oh, it might be like a South Pacific island nation. No, that's too far. So this country is about 3,600 miles away from Bolivia and 3,300 miles away from the US. What would it be? I don't think it can be in Europe, Africa, or Asia. That's too far, right? It has to be a South Pacific nation, maybe, right? It's not Trinidad and Tobago. It doesn't look like it. It's nothing in the Caribbean because that's too close. Australia is too far. That's way more than 3,000 miles. For reference, the continental U.S. across is about 3,000 miles. Oh yeah, I have to consider Hawaii too, don't I? Its closest border. So it's 3,000 miles or 3,600 miles away from Bolivia. The U.S. is a little bit closer, but the U.S. has way more expansive territory than Bolivia. Samoa? I think it has to be somewhere in the South Pacific. Tuvalu? Easter Island is part of Chile, so it wouldn't be that, right? I'm pretty sure Easter Island is part of Chile. So it would say that Bolivia borders the country because it borders Chile. I think South Pacific is too far. Like, this is French Polynesia, I'm pretty sure, and that would be considered part of France. And that's more than 3,000 miles away from both of them. So I think maybe it's East Africa or West Africa. That seems like more than 3,000 miles, but I think maybe what are these islands? Is this the Seychelles or Mauritius? These islands? Senegal's in West Africa. I could guess that. I'm gonna guess Senegal. Senegal's adjacent to the answer. So it borders Senegal. So it could be the Gambia. What else borders Senegal? Mali? Liberia? I guess Mali. Mali also borders it. So it could be Mauritania. Oh, it's Mauritania. Okay, cool. That's really 3,000 miles from Bolivia? No way. 3,600 miles? Does that look like 3,600 miles? At their closest borders? That seems like 4,000 or 5,000. I don't know. That seems strange. All right. North Dakota to Louisiana. South Dakota. Nebraska. Kansas. And then Oklahoma. And Texas. Okay, that was easy. Let's do world. Lesotho to Sierra Leone. You guys are going to have to help me with this. So Lesotho, I have to go to South Africa first because it's an enclave entirely surrounded by South Africa. Do Zimbabwe or Angola? No. Okay, Zimbabwe first. What's in between Angola and Zimbabwe? Is this DRC? This is Botswana. No, this is Namibia down here, right? And this is Botswana. We do Botswana. Yeah. Okay. So I didn't need Zimbabwe. Well, no, I need something. I think this is DRC. Namibia. Okay. So Angola up to Sierra Leone. What borders Angola to the north? Congo? I think it borders DRC, and DRC would open up a lot of options because DRC is a big country. Gabon? No, not quite. Is this an exclave of Angola? I had no idea its borders were like that. Is this the Congo? Republic of the Congo? No. It's DRC, right? DRC. Okay. We're getting there. Is this Nigeria here? I used DRC. Too late. But it's got this sliver of territory separating Angola from the Republic of the Congo. Cameroon. And then now am I in Nigeria? Equatorial Guinea. Now I feel like I can do Nigeria, right? Yeah, okay. Niger's up here, Mali's up here. It's like Liberia, Ivory Coast, what else? Togo? Benin? Ivory Coast? Alright, what's in between them? Ghana? Yeah, Ghana's down here, right? Alright, we're probably one away. Liberia? Nice. Okay, so I made a couple of mistakes. You guys are better at this than me. My African geography is not that great. Was this the shortest path we could have taken? Made it, but... Okay, let's take a look at some of the shorts that we put out recently. Yeah, that probably wasn't the shortest path we could have taken. So, 2 days in Belgium. If you guys haven't watched that, go watch that. It's good. Okay, let's watch 2 shorts we put out over the weekend. Matchmaker and Stick War. So Matchmaker we put out this morning. Too familial. Too French. Ew, no. No luck, huh? Nah, mate. It's impossible to find someone on this app. Yeah, try this one. I like this one. Why is Wales larger than New Zealand? I don't know. The size of characters in Polandball doesn't have to be consistent. Doesn't really matter. So this is this refers to a stereotype of the Welsh and Kiwis. So the next one is Stick War. Oi, you wankers! Stop right there! In the name of the king! This is awesome. Get your sticks here. $5 a pop. Oh shit, I might have hit too hard. Are you alright, Japan? Am I kawaii, America-kun? What? So this is based on an old Burned Maid comic. A Burned Maid comic means a comic whose author is unknown. It was a comic that was made before the subreddit was really the premier place for Polandball comics. So it was from like some Crouch Chan user or something. Here, let's put on a different... Oh shit. Yeah. So we don't know who the author is. No one does. So we decided to make it as a short. One of the most popular Burned Maid comics. France Got Yeeted. Yeah, that one was fun to edit. Did I voice Japan? I voiced like almost all of the shorts. Yeah. My accents are bad. And I know people roast me in the comments every time every time I have to voice something that's like not the US and maybe Canada, people roast my accents. Yeah, totally fair. I won't claim to be good at accents. Like when I do accents for a country like whose language I'm not familiar with at all, I just do some generic broken English, you know? The laughs I make in the shorts are magnificent. Oh, I like the okay, in this one. Yeah, the laugh at the end here is like it's an impression of George W. Bush's laugh. Jon Stewart does it very, very well. Here, let's watch this one too.
Now Iraq has all time machines.
This one was fun. I think this is funny, but like
it's American invasion.
A touchy subject, I guess. Here, sorry, let me start. Oh, I won't speak.
America, I have comes from future. Warn you, terrible tragedy. Oh, sorry, man, you're too early. That's next week. Now Iraq has all time machine.
Yeah, it's a Bush did 9/11 joke. It's nonsense. I mean, that's why it's called conspiracy. USSR, you used circle tool in the past. Will I ever forgive you? Never. Gaynard came up with this, the comic script. Aaron did the artwork. How does the U.S. know it's next week? That's the joke. The joke is that the U.S. knows that the attack is going to happen because the U.S. is planning it, that it's an inside job, right? It's a joke about, you know, the meme that Bush did 9/11, which he did not, to be clear. This is a joke. What was the next one?
Implements of death. The lethal injection. Kill count since 1977. 1,408. The atomic bomb. Kill count since 1945. Anywhere between 129,000 to 246,000 and above. The Philly cheesesteak. Kill count since 1930. Untold millions.
Cheesesteak.
Implements of...
Yeah, this is a Dick Rhino comic. He made this short. He made a short for Tuesday as well. Also based on a Birdman comic, so keep your eyes out for Tuesdays. New Mexico being on the atomic bomb part was genius. Yeah. If you've never had a Philly cheesesteak, you should have one at some point. You feel like your heart is going to explode. Food in America can kill you? No, it will. Like, the food that we eat in America is garbage. It's pumped full of corn syrup. One of the biggest problems with... there's a lot of problems with American culture. Don't get me started, but now that I have been started. Americans are very sedentary. We sit in an office all day, then we drive in our car home, and then we sit at home and watch TV for 4 hours, all the while eating garbage food that's got a ton of corn syrup in it. because we grow so much goddamn corn that we've turned it into sugar. And sugar is generally not good for you in huge amounts. So the sugar industry for decades has basically convinced Americans that fat in food is the problem and not sugar. So there's sugar and there's corn syrup in absolutely everything in America, and it makes us fat. But now we have drugs that make us not want to eat as much, and that makes us skinny again. So in typical American fashion, we have, instead of becoming better people by exercising more and eating more healthily, we have instead leveraged the pharmaceutical industry to create a drug to get our way to get us back to being healthy. But hey, if it works, it works. We use corn for sugar. Yes, we grow so much corn in the United States. Corn is subsidized by the American government to such a high degree that we produce so much more corn than we actually need. So we turn corn into something called corn syrup, which is basically just another. It's called high fructose corn syrup. It's just a sugar. It's a sugar substitute. I ever broke a country ball rule? Yes, I have. Very early on, I tried to get away with drawing a corporate ball. I tried drawing the credit rating agencies as balls and inserting them into a comic, and it got removed. But generally, no. So I'm one of the few people who can say, actually, that in the subreddit, I did not have to actually apply for submission rights, because I was already posting on the subreddit before they implemented the submission system that we have now. Someone asked earlier, why do we have the rules? The rules were incorporated by the moderators of the subreddit very, very early on, wisely, to keep a level of quality control for comics, so that the format, that Polandball, wouldn't just evolve into another, meme that the internet just chews up and then instantly spits out and makes it worse, right? So the rules have existed more or less unchanged for about 11 or 12 years, so that Polandball doesn't look bad, right? Youngblood, can I review the imaginary map you made? Yes, this is super cool. I love imaginary maps. Okay. Let's take a look at this. I need to get a new chair. This is not very comfortable anymore. Okay. Youngblood made this fantasy map. Let's take a look. It's more of an alternate history? Okay. So this is the world in 2103. So let's take a look. Red is the United States of America. So US is basically... Okay, this is kind of hard to read. There's a couple different shades of red here. So it looks like United States of America is this dark red. So it's most of Canada, the contiguous US, and Baja California, and parts of northern Mexico, and the Caribbean, and Panama. And then Mexico is part of the Southern Americas. United Central American Resistance is here. And here, like Colombia, Peru, Venezuela, parts of Central America. Greater Brazil. Greater Brazil does not look that much bigger than normal Brazil. Greater Patagonia, that's pretty cool. Most of Argentina and Chile. And what is this? What is this purple? Let's see. The world has fallen into strange times. 3 ideologies have taken hold and fight for domination. The United States of Americans with extreme right ideologies and imperialism. The People's Republic of China, the Communist holdout. The European Union / Oceania. A collection of nations with more old world ideologies and social democracy. As the once allies of Europe and the United States battle for influence of South America China prepares to deal finishing blow to Oceania and India. The future remains uncertain. It's Uruguay? Oh, this is just big Uruguay? Oh, yeah, there it is. Just Uruguay. Okay. Good for Uruguay. All right, up here we have the French Republic, which has gone back to its imperialist ways and has conquered part of northern Algeria again. And it looks like has expanded its territory near French Guiana and parts of the Caribbean. And also, are these the Balearic Islands? Like Majorca? Oh, Spain got rocked. Oh yeah, okay, so Morocco took over Spain. Is that the same color? It doesn't look like the same color. Yeah, okay, so Morocco, this is all Morocco. And then Portugal and Spain have united into Iberia. And France has taken, like, Barcelona. The Danish Empire. Okay, so Denmark has Denmark, Greenland, and northern Canada. None of it. And maybe part of the Yukon? Netherlands. Looks relatively unchanged. Germany and Belgium and Luxembourg are... Oops. European Union federalized zones. Okay. The purple is Austria. Big Austria. Let's not make that mistake again. Irrelevant Austria is best Austria. Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth. Big. Okay, cool. I've never known how to pronounce this. Archangels? Here. And then we have big Ukraine. Desharv. Parts of Romania, looks like, too. Maybe like Hungary or Slovakia. Nordic Union. Okay, here's the first mistake. Estonia and Latvia cannot into Nordic. Oh, and you got St. Petersburg there too. Damn, okay, and this is, what, like old Karelia or something? Balkanized Russia, you love to see it. Siberian Republic. This is Oceania, so Australia, New Zealand, Indonesia, Philippines, Vietnam, Cambodia, Laos, Thailand, Singapore. Allied powers of Africa. So Southern Africa and sort of Central Africa, like Sudan, Ethiopia, Djibouti, Chad. Nigeria, big Nigeria. Damn. This has got to be like almost a billion people here in 2100. Arabia. Okay. Pan-Arabism has been like a failed movement since Nasser died. But what makes this even funnier is the idea that Iran would be part of a united Arab sort of world. And Israel seems to be gone too. So you can definitely tell that's why it's an alt history. Very strange. Ottoman Empire. A new Ottoman Empire based in Anatolia and the Southern Balkans and the Caucasus. Sparta is what remains of Greece and Cyprus. Where's India? Okay, India is taking parts of Pakistan, it looks like. It's expanded in the north and northwest. What's here? This is Russia. This is what remains of Russia. And then the People's Republic of China has expanded to include the Korean Peninsula, and a lot of the Central Asian states. Japanese Republic. Japan now includes Taiwan and parts of Kamchatka, the Kamchatka Peninsula from Russia. Is Sri Lanka part of Arabia and the Maldives? If it's 2100, the Maldives should be gone, right? We're sinking them. See ya. Here, I can fix it. This is called climate change. Newfoundland somehow still exists independently. Republic of Elba and Tuscany. Italy back to a sort of pre-unified state. Well, it's still kind of there. The Italian-Tunisian Commonwealth. So parts of like northern Libya and Egypt, Tunisia, most of the Italian peninsula, the Dalmatian coast near Croatia, and probably Bosnia's like 10 kilometers of oceanfront territory or Mediterranean territory. What is this? Brown? East African Union. Madagascar is split between France and the East Madagascar Union, or East African Union. I think that's everything. Euro Republic over here. Pretty wild. From what was the Maginot Line? The Maginot Line was a defensive line that the French built in the interwar periods along the French border with Germany. You're surprised that the UK didn't colonize anything? They did. They colonized Ireland again. They just can't help themselves. Royal United Kingdom. This is a strange world for sure, yeah. There's a lot of things that don't really make sense, but this takes place 80 years from today. Stranger things have happened, I guess. But no, I mean, like, I think the weirdest thing to me is... well, hold on. Actually, let's see. What are the most realistic things here? I think the most realistic thing, given this takes place 80 years in the future, I would not discount a further Balkanization of Russia. I think in the next 80 years, I would not completely write off the idea that Russia could Balkanize further. In many ways, Russia as it exists today is still something of an empire. And it's just that ethnic Russians are the overwhelming majority of the population in the country, so they're able to exert their influence across, regions where they're very sparsely populated. I think that's among the more likely things that could happen based on this map. I'm not saying it will or that it's even likely. It's just based on this map, these changes, what do I think is most likely? I also think that one of the more unbelievable things for me is I don't think Europe would be Balkanized like this. I think the European Union will continue to integrate and it'll basically look more and more like a superstate. I also don't think in the next 80 years, I don't think South America is going to change that much. South America is a relatively peaceful continent. You don't have a lot of... But the last war that happened in South America was pretty small, and it was like the 1990s. I don't see South America's borders really changing much in the next 80 years. Same with Central America and North America. To the Americans in chat, and when I'm saying Americans, I mean everybody who lives in the Americas. This place is among the most peaceful place on the planet. All right? Relative to the other hemisphere. These guys cannot stop killing each other. North and South America, Central America, the Caribbean is a relatively stable, not relative, I mean, it's way more stable than Europe, Africa, and Asia. Just straight up, it just is. Yeah, Oceania you could probably take out. Australia and New Zealand, sure. It could be their own thing, but we'll see. Yeah, the violence that exists in the Americas is not interstate violence. It's like drug cartels, it's weak governments versus gangs and stuff like that, right? Like in Haiti. But yeah, I mean, you know, it's the biggest problem in the Americas are, you know, non-state actors and like corrupt governments, right? But you compare that to what happens in Europe, Asia, and Africa, it's not as bad as it could be, right? Europe right now has a major conventional war in Ukraine, right? Africa has several major wars going on right now, lots of unstable governments, and you do have like drug cartels and gangs and you know, a lot of non-state actors, terrorist groups like ISIS, all over Africa, and you know, there's a massive civil war in Myanmar right now, and you don't have terribly stable governments in some parts of you know, Central Asia. Iran is a brutally repressive regime. So yeah, I mean, like, the Americas are not perfect, don't get me wrong, but this half of the world is generally more stable than the other half. Let's blame Britain for all those problems. Well, we could blame Britain, France, Spain, Portugal. But if we're blaming problems like in the Middle East and Africa and Asia, yeah, we could probably blame Britain and France mostly. Germany? No, Germany's sort of been like a non-factor in outside of Europe since 1945. Even before then, honestly, like Germany lost their overseas colonies after the First World War. So they were sort of a non-factor outside of Europe after that. It's just, you know, those Germans, once they get a taste of conquest, you know, they want the entire planet. Isn't France having a small revolution? No. The French have just always been big into civil disobedience, protesting, and I mean, they just had their first round of legislative elections right now, today, and the far right is doing well. That's about it. I referred to Asia, Middle East, and Africa like the small regional world. Yeah, I mean, that's a good point. Something like 86% of humanity lives on the right side of this image. The Americas are a relatively small portion of the human population. The Americas combined are about 1 billion people. So that's less than India or China alone. And I think Africa. Africa's a little bit over 1 billion people. And then Europe collectively is like 700 million. And then Australia is like 4 guys and 100,000 emus. There were no good or bad guys in World War I. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of a fair interpretation. Like, there was the more authoritarian governments versus more democratic governments, but like the democratic governments of, say, France and the United Kingdom and the United States were still imperialist powers, right? So yeah, I mean, like World War I is less clear cut than World War II. Like World War II, like, yeah, the Allies had their share of problems for sure, but like the Axis was straight up evil. Like Imperial Japan and Nazi Germany are responsible for like among the worst crimes in human history, you know? Yeah, like the Allies weren't perfect, don't get me wrong, but like if you had to choose between the two, you know, you want to choose the Allies. Is this map going to be the whole stream? Probably not. But I get I told you guys I like these fantasy maps, so I get really into it. Here, let's take a look at what I drew last time, or what we have on this so far. 2 Syrias, Slovenia dying. I forget why we drew Slovenia dying, but it feels right, you know? Slovenia doesn't feel like it's a real country. Can I draw a Polandball comic that breaks every single rule? I mean, I could very easily draw something that breaks rules, yeah. Let's draw Poland. but breaking rules. So I'm going to use brush tool. Lots of anti-aliasing. Eyes. Get the right red for Poland. Oh yeah, I should have used circle tool, huh? Oh well. It's just, I've been drawing, like the rules have conditioned me that even when I'm deliberately trying to make a, to break the rules, I don't even know how to do it anymore. Okay. Oh, here. You can just do that and do it over the... Let's give him some hair. Let's give him a mullet. Radical. Mullets are coming back for some reason, and I hate it. Mullets are super stupid. Keep them in the 80s where they belong. Let's give him pupils. Give him some arms. You know what? Let's give him tentacles. Cursed image. Okay. Now. Give him a mouth. What have I done? It looks worse the more you look at it. It's pretty bad. Oh, a nose? Yeah, give him a nose. A nostril. Oh, eyebrows. So this is what not to do. How not to draw Polandball. First World War II, now this. Hasn't Poland suffered enough? Give him ears. I hate it. Alright. Kill me, but Comic Sans. Give it realistic PNG eyes. What I can do is give him a more pronounced iris. Or what is this, the sclera or whatever? The like the black ring around the iris. cancer. Don't use Wikipedia. Has had a black line through them. It's a good call. Okay. Oh, God. What have I done? Every day we stray further from God's light. Looks like glasses. Oh well. Okay. Well, it definitely doesn't fit with everything else that's going on here. Yeah, wake up, babe. Poland 2.0 just dropped. Shrink it so that it's low resolution and regrow it. Oh, that's smart, yeah. And then save it as a JPEG. Here, let's use some advanced tools, like smudge tool or something. Oh no! What is happening? I used the smudge tool a bunch and it's still like calculating it. So it looks like it's animated. It's moving. Every time you draw something in Photoshop, it creates an alternate universe, and now this being in that universe is suffering. You have to wait for this to play out, see what's happening. You regret suggesting this? It's taking a lot of processing power to do this. Looks like it's probably nearing the end because it's starting to drift right. That's probably where I pulled my mouse. How do you get anti-aliasing in Photoshop? You've never used it in a while? Use the brush, like... You don't want, like, when you're drawing Polandball stuff, you don't want anti-aliasing, but if you do want anti-aliasing for something, use the brush tool. It's being phased out of existence, yeah. We're seeing what's happening to it. Let's let it play out. Please forgive me for destroying your PC. I do need to get a new computer at some point, probably next year. My current computer I built during the pandemic. I bought all of the parts, and then I don't know if you guys remember, there was a shortage of graphics cards. So I waited like 4 or 5 months just to get a graphics card, and it wasn't even a great graphics card. So my computer's kind of dated. I underestimated how long this would take. Oh, it's done. Okay. It's done cooking. So this is this is our Poland octopus with a mullet, having been completely destroyed by the smudge tool. How did this happen? The smudge tool. But it's done. This is Poland's final form. Yeah, I don't know what this is. I'm not sure I like it. But I'm going to keep it for now because we waited like 3 minutes for it to render. Can I make Scotland with the nukes? Yeah, I can draw Scotland real quick. Let me get the flag. Flag of Scotland. Oh, I'm still using brush tool. You know what, here, let's use 5 pixel. That's not a very good ball. If you don't draw balls a lot, your ball drawing skills atrophy. So I've been doing a lot more editing than drawing the past couple of weeks. That's alright. Okay. Oh, let's do the eyes first. Oh, 3 pixels for the eyes. That Poland monster is going to be my new sleep paralysis demon. I guarantee it. Okay. Here, let's do the 2 first. Okay. I think that's turning out okay. Now, the inside lines. That should be okay. Fill the eyes in, merge all 3 of these layers, and then fill in. Scotland. Easy. Dubstep. See you later. Thanks for joining. Remember to drop a like on the stream before you guys head out. Really appreciate it. Add Nigeria? Yeah, Nigeria is easy. Let's do Nigeria. What should Nigeria be doing? Talking to Cameroon about their neighbor. Nigeria on top of Russia. Emailing and scamming people. Oh, I can give him a, I'll give him like a crown. Yeah, I'll put him on top of Russia. Here, let me move this Russia over here, and then we'll draw Nigeria on top of that Russia. I'm not gonna merge Poland monster with this yet. Okay. Wait, what was I's copy? Is this, okay. I can merge Scotland. Is rectangle always angry? No. You can draw rectangles happy, sad, whatever. Nigeria. Do the eyes. Maybe 2 pixels for the eyes. Let's make him happy. Let's redo that eye. Duplicate it, pull it down a bit. Okay, get the green. There and there. No, here. Let's make this one a little bit more pronounced. Something like that. Eyes, white. Okay. Let's give him a little crown. Because it's a Nigerian prince. We can give him a laptop or something too. Let's make that more gold. Nigerian mapping animations. You're from Nigeria. That tracks. Youngblood, thanks for joining. Draw Taiwan arguing with China. I think I've done that before. It's cool how international this community is. Although in the streams that I do, we don't get many people from Europe or Africa just because the time zones don't really work out. Because I tend to stream evening my time, which is pretty late for Africa and Europe. But weekends I can stream a little bit earlier. But we've got a lot of people from all over the world, which is super cool. That's one of the things that I've always loved about Polandball, is that it appeals to everybody everywhere. Or not everybody everywhere, but people everywhere. Something like that. Now, let's get red for like a ruby, emerald, and a sapphire. Okay, and then maybe a diamond. No, it's too light. No, I don't want to. You know what? No, I don't want any of the gems. What we're going to do instead is going to do some lighting. Or here, let's do the laptop first. Let's do a dark gray for the laptop. Modox, how's it going? Syrian mapper, you're half Syrian, half Taiwanese. That's an interesting combination. It's pretty cool. Okay, let's do... That works. Put the Apple logo on it. I don't know if I can make the Apple logo that small. As you can kind of tell. Hold on, let me make sure I'm doing it right. No, I was doing it reversed. Okay, maybe move it up a bit. Over here. Okay. Yeah, that's good enough. Okay. And then the keyboard should be same color, but then the keys sort of need to be differentiated, so just do something like this. Okay. There. All right, he's got his laptop. Let's do some shadows. Okay, and then the shadow, if the ball is sitting on top of another ball, I sort of do like a, I have it curved down or curved upward, the shadow. This. Sorry, chat, I'm not trying to ignore you. I'm just focused on drawing. I'll get back to you in a second. Okay. I'm not going to really do shading on the laptop or whatever this other object is. Maybe I'll just do this, though. I guess, you know, laptop, something like this. All right, and then 45% opacity, merge that. Now I'm gonna do some lighting on the crown. Whoops. I want this to sparkle. Let's try 45. Zoom out. How does that look? Yeah, it's all right. Do a little bit more on the inside here. That and that. 45. Okay. Yeah, that came out pretty well. I like that. All right, so I think I'm going to call it there for today. This was a fun stream. I like showing off everybody's art. Maybe Dick Rhino will stream tomorrow. Maybe Gate Nerd will. But I probably will take tomorrow off from streaming. But we will have a Canada Day short out tomorrow. So take a look at that short when it comes out. And I guess I will see you guys next time. So enjoy the rest of your weekend. To the Canadians in chat, enjoy Canada Day tomorrow, and I will see you guys next time. Take care.